Cringe. Cringe is a word most often used to describe a person doing something embarrassing. Or, if you're a streamer, you'll just yell cringe until you randomly say the N-word. Anyways, we've all done something worthy of the word cringe in our lives. Whether that's tripping in front of a group of people, or shitting your pants at Six Flags. We've all had those moments where we felt embarrassed. But here's the thing, no one cares. You just have to play it cool. And the show that taught me that lesson was Play It Cool, guys. This show is about 4 extremely handsome guys who are just really clumsy. And not clumsy in the they're always tripping and falling kind of way, but the kind of clumsiness that would have them walk 4 blocks in the wrong direction before even thinking they may be going the wrong way. And speaking of going the wrong way, as this video is supposed to be released in February, I just wanted to take this time to give whoever's watching a lesson in black culture. If you were ever driving with a black person to any location, and for whatever reason you're not using GPS, that person will at no point tell you you're going the wrong way. Here is an exaggerated example of what happens.
Hey bro, where we going?
What you mean we're going the wrong way?
I mean, it's alright.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. I think you missed your exit like a while ago, bro. Like a while ago.
How did I make that exit a while ago? You were the one with the GPS. Nigga. As you may have noticed, instead of telling you you went the wrong way, we ask relevant questions such as, where you going? Or in some instances, we just frantically look around until the driver asks, what are you looking for? And we always reply with, where are we going? Yes, both options were incredibly similar, almost identical. But that's gonna wrap up today's lesson into things black people do. For more ways to learn about black culture, go to youtube.com and look up Ask a Black Dude. There, you can find all the answers and more. Now, back to the video. That's the main point of the show. Not black people telling you you're going the wrong way or not, but the characters making a mistake and playing it off extremely well. For example, watch how this guy plays off this semi-awkward encounter.
今日この日のために最高のコンディションに仕上げてきたんだ。あとは大会前に必ず聴くこの曲で集中力を高めて。
音漏れのレベルを超えてます。
わざとです。え？わざとです。すいませんでした。
嘘すぎる。
Did you notice how that girl had no clue that he made a mistake? In all seriousness, I actually really enjoyed this show. All the characters are pretty likable and to some extent understandable. As a guy who is chronically embarrassing himself in both public and online, I understand how these characters feel. I know what it's like to try to play something off when you fucked up. I feel like everyone has tried to put on that act that they don't care when something embarrassing happens, but then later they're in a ball shaking, crying, and replaying the same situation over and over. I mean, I still got shit I cringe about from middle school, trying to go Super Saiyan at recess. So I know what it's like to look back and cringe. But a show like this makes me feel like there's people over 6,000 miles away that go through the same things I do and have the same cringy moments that I do as well. And that gives me hope that I can one day not embarrass myself every time I leave my house. I will say that even though I still feel the effects of some of the childish shit I've done in the past, these characters get embarrassed about some of the weirdest things. Like, oh, you forgot your keys at home. Not locked your keys in your house. You left your keys on the counter in an unlocked house. Now, to me, that's not that bad, especially because you live in Japan, which is literally known to be one of the safest countries on the planet. My first thought would be, oh, shit, forgot my keys again. I'll just try not to forget them tomorrow. But to one of these characters, it might be something warranted of spending 24 hours thinking about. Like, in exaggerated terms, one of the guys would be thinking, how the fuck did I forget my keys again? What is wrong with me? Am I
restarted?
Or something like that. Each of the guys has their own distinct way of dealing with their embarrassing moments. And because I don't know anyone's names in almost any anime I watch, I'm just gonna call them by their hair color. The depressed looking brown hair kid tends to just apologize and try not to let anyone notice that he's incredibly embarrassed. The sporty blonde-haired kid copes in one of the most egregious of ways. As you saw earlier, he just blatantly lies. The other brown-haired guy, or I guess I could just call him the adult of the group, truly doesn't give a fuck. He makes a mistake and moves on with his day. He has the attitude of someone who is literally too old for this shit. And lastly, the red, pink-haired guy just laughs. If he happens to embarrass himself in any way, whether that's big or small, he just laughs it off like it doesn't matter. Which I personally think is the best way to deal with these embarrassing moments. Most of the things that happen in this show truly aren't even that bad, and don't even warrant the feeling of embarrassment. So what you didn't know some girls' shirts don't have shoulders? You're not a fashion major, who cares? So what you stood in front of a door thinking it was an automatic? You're not an engineer, who cares? So what you missed a spout when you were trying to take a sip of your morning coffee? You're not a coffee major, who cares? These instances could all just be laughed off like they don't even matter. Or just completely ignored if you're this guy. Anyways, to start the wrap up of this video, Play It Cool Guys is an extremely wholesome show about a bunch of handsome guys who just happen to be spatially unaware. It's enjoyable, cute, and I recommend it, especially if you're known as the clumsy or forgetful person in your friend group. Not just because it could possibly make you feel less insecure about being clumsy or forgetful, but it also may just be funnier to you, because maybe you did forget your keys at home. Again. Also, a side note before I sign off, the scene I showed you earlier reminds me of those videos where people would disturb the peace by not plugging in their music on accident to play the most sexual song they could think of and pretend to not notice it's not playing in their headphones. I brought this up because how do they not just melt into the ground like the Wicked Witch of the West? Like, how do you not just explode doing something this embarrassing? I just wanted to say, this is truly impressive, and I strive to have this level of confidence, because this...
I got bitches all on my dick and every day, sucking on my balls, licking on my balls.
is crazy. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, tell me your most embarrassing moments in the comment section. I'll even reply with my own stories. Also, drop a like, and think about how you didn't post a black square. Yeah, I know. So go ahead and prove you're not a racist by subscribing and telling everyone that you now have a black friend. Anyways, once again, it's 3 a.m. and I'm exhausted, so I'm going to sleep. Good night. What the fuck you mean I pissed my ass at 6 miles an hour?